Why is it that some marriage fail and some succeed? Why is it that some people are happy and some are not? Why is it that so many people have a good relationship with their children and some are not? Here is one of the reasons, and this is just one: motive. The motive behind the reason why you're doing what you're doing makes a difference. It is so important. They say when you find something that you love to do, it doesn't feel like work, and you will do it whether you're getting paid or not. It becomes like a hobby. It's something that you love. And when you love something, you put quality into it. You see, if you have the wrong motive and when you're doing something, most time you're going to sit down because you're waiting for someone to come by and to give you a pat on the back and to look at what you're doing and to give you that, hooray. And when nobody's watching, you sit down. And when somebody's coming back now, you jumped up like you've been working all the time. And guess what? The focus that you should have had doing what you're doing now is not there, and you're not putting in the quality that you should have put into it because the motive is wrong. You see, when you have the right motive, and whether someone is watching or not, you're going to be consistent with your character. You're going to be consistent with the things that you're doing, and you find yourself begin to grow. You grow more, you produce more fruit because you're doing the things whether someone is watching or not. It's the same thing when it comes to us being a good husband, whether someone is watching or not, whether someone knows or not. For me, I wash dishes, I vacuum the floor, I wipe the counter, the table, whatever it takes for my wife to get a little break so that when she come home, we can have that time together as a family to sit down, to eat, to talk, to watch a movie. I find places where I can serve whether someone is watching or not, whether they're home. I do it by myself. Sometimes I'm home alone. I just go ahead and I clean up. It's not that she doesn't clean up. She clean all the time, but there's times when I just feel like I can help out. I can do some things. And whether someone is watching me or not, it helps to build my character because now I can see how I am growing. But when you can do something, whether someone is watching or not, that's when you feel like you're doing something from your heart. It felt more genuine. It felt more better because for me, it's like no one have to tell me to wash my hand every time I come out of the bathroom. Whether someone is watching or not, whether yes, I'm the head of my household and my kids, they're not going to tell me to wash my hands. But I can come out, I could go to the bathroom, come back out, don't wash my hands, and it's all cool. But you know what? There is more to that. There is a motive. When I wash it, whether someone is watching or not, it helps me to be consistent in other places of my life. It helped me to be consistent in my prayer life. It helped me to be consistent in the things when my son or daughter wanted to do something and I say yes, it helped me to be consistent. When I said we'll do it this weekend, it helped me to be consistent to go ahead and do that. But if I have the wrong motive, I'm only doing this because I don't want anyone to bother me at the end of the week, or because I just want y'all to leave me alone. So I'm going to do it so you don't think that I'm a bad dad. That's the wrong motive. But when you're doing it for the right motive, because you know this is your responsibility, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And also it helps them in the long run. It makes it more easier. It becomes like it's not work. It doesn't feel like you are stressing out yourself or you're overdoing yourself. You're doing it out of love. The right motive is behind it. But a lot of people get stressed out. A lot of people get frustrated because they're doing it for the wrong reason. And after a while, it's now you have to force yourself to do it. You have to push yourself to do it. And you want to do other things. And because you're not prioritized right, because you're not doing things the right way, you now have all this thing now coming against you, and you have to do it now because you already said you want to do it, or you are going to do it. So now it's like everything just bombarding you at one time, and you get so frustrated. And now guess what? You begins to see your true color because the motive was wrong in the first place. The motive wasn't right. But when you're doing things for the right motive, look how many people are together for the wrong reason, because of financial reason, because one is making more money and they could pay the bills and things that look a little bit easier. But yet when the love comes, when it's time for the love, then all the arguments in the world just bombarded both of them. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to love on one another. They don't know how to be patient with one another because the motive is wrong. When you do things with the right motive, You will find yourself being more patient with the other person. You'll find yourself being more loving and more kind, helping out and doing other things. But when you do it with the wrong motive, you'll find yourself pressing against time. You'll find yourself not giving the quality. You'll find yourself just throwing in anything because you just want him to shut up and leave you alone. You just want to be alone. You just want to be by yourself. You're just doing it for the wrong motive. And guess what? It puts so much strain on the relationship that both parties begin to drift apart. Wrong motive. The motive is so important. That's why they say when you find the things that you love to do, when you find it, you will do it regardless whether someone is watching or not. You have the right motive. You're doing it out of love. You're not doing it to be seen. You're not doing it to have a pat on the back. I mean, it's good to be encouraged in that way. There's nothing wrong with that. But if that is your only motive, if that is the only reason why you're doing it, after a while, it's not going to feel real. It's not going to feel real after a while. And then guess what? You're going to stop doing it because it becomes like a burden now. It becomes hard. You find yourself forcing yourself to do it because it's like, I have to do this. Like some people getting up to go to work. You really don't want to go, but it becomes so hard to them they can't even enjoy their day. That's why they say so many people are being sick, especially when you come to Monday morning, the Monday morning blues. People are getting heart attacks, all these different things, because the work now, it becomes hard to them. They're doing it for the wrong reason. They're seeing the wrong reason why they're going out there, just to just to gain money, just for financial gain. Some people, they're not seeing it as the fact that look at the service that you are rendering to other people. Look at the things that you're doing. Look at how many people are benefit from what you're doing. I mean, it could be hundreds, sometimes thousands of people are benefit from what you're doing. But when you see it, when you begin to see it from the wrong perspective, the motive now behind it becomes so hard. It becomes difficult to the point that you don't even want to go. So what is your motive behind the things you're doing? Yes, you have New Year resolution. You have other things. You want to work out. You want to lose weight. All these different things. But why? What is your motive? You see, for some people, they just want to go and show off on someone. They want to walk down the road and everybody, whoo, and look good and all that. There's nothing wrong with looking good. But if that's your motive, guess what? It's not going to be sustainable, because after a while, if the woohoo not coming, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to go right back to the same thing. Why? Like there's a scripture that said, whatever you find to do, work it as if you're working it unto the creator, not unto man. Because you see, when you do it that way, you will never be good enough. It will never be right. And you'll find yourself killing yourself just to please man. And after a while, you're going to drop. You're going to drop. You'll give up. But if you do it because it makes you feel happy, if you're doing it because it makes you healthier, because you know that you can do more now, it will be sustainable and you'll be able to do more. Again, this is Nelson Love. You guys continue to watch, share, and like these videos, and don't forget to go over to at Nelson Robinson Senior HOH. Check out our video, our YouTube channel right there, and also invite others to check them out, because we try to push out the best that we can to help you so that you can grow and evolve and to be the best husband, the best friend, the best of everything that the Creator wants you to be. Love you guys. Until next time, peace, and we out.